Hi, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about semantic tags and website structure. Now, in the last two lessons, we talked about some common HTML tags and attributes. We added some images, links, had a lot of fun adding tag and making a basic website. However, now that we're getting more and more comfortable with these, I want to start talking about organization, how to kind of organize and group tags together so that when you have a large website, which eventually you probably want to make a more complicated website, having a more organized structure makes it really nice and easy to read, makes it easier for just everybody involved. So we're going to start talking about that today. Now, if you've looked at websites, if you visited any website, whether it's like a news website like Los Angeles Times or like a YouTube.com, where you can watch videos, all these websites, they have similar structure all across. For example, every website typically has some kind of like header area, this area where the logo of the website comes out, and then they usually have like this navigation area where you can click on a specific category or place that gives you more information about that area. And then you have like the main area with like these is main articles. You have maybe some ads on the like a sidebar where you have some ads and some news. Oh, that's such an adorable golden doodle. I want to adopt one right now. And some other information. A lot of this is a news. LA Times is a major publication, so they got a lot of content going on in here. And then usually at the bottom, like right over here, you have like a footer area where they usually have like some copyright information, social media links, and then some like extra other pages you can visit. So typically a lot of websites follow this kind of structure. Even YouTube.com, it is a little different, but it still kind of follows this. They have like a header area, top area with the logo. I subscribe to YouTube Premium because I hate ads. So there's a YouTube logo here, like a search area. In YouTube's case, they put like the menu on the side, on the left side here. This is kind of like their nav area, and in the main area, they're just giving me a bunch of different YouTube videos they want me to watch, and then this is like a never-ending scroll, so you can't really see their footer on the bottom. But that's like another typical website. Even like let's look at one more. Even Amazon.com, similar idea here. They have a logo. They usually have some kind of header on the top. You have a nav bar, and in the middle they have like a main area. They're going to suggest all kinds of content, and at the very bottom they do have a footer area as well with like careers and help information, copyright information, more links. So yeah, a lot of websites, especially a website like Amazon or YouTube or LA Times, where you have a lot of content, they need to organize all of your content in a nice structured way. So I want to start talking about that today. So this is our Pikachu site that we've been working on the last two lessons, and we kind of do actually have somewhat of a structure too. We do have like, I don't have a logo, but we have like a header area at the top here. I have like a background like section. I have like a facts section, and maybe I can create like a footer section as well. So let's kind of talk about like how to like kind of structure, how to group things kind of together, how to create kind of like containers or sections for each area. So there's a number of different tags that we can use. I want to introduce you to the most generic one. It is called the div tag, literally spelled D-I-V, like this, D-I-V, like that. So this div tag, I just created it, and I'm going to put it around my H1 here, right over here. When I add this tag, you can see that nothing really changed. There's nothing that changed like visually. You can't, like, my browser didn't change at all. But what this actually did here is I'm putting this H1 tag in kind of like a container in a little box called a div tag. Div tags are pretty generic container tags that you can kind of throw in anywhere. But what's nice about this is even though visually it didn't change anything right away, now we kind of are getting some structure. I have this, this header area, my all about Pikachu, my header area is now in like like this div tag. I kind of put it together. Another kind of area I want to put together is like this background information with like the information, the paragraph, and Pikachu and things like that. Let me add this will be another thing to another area to kind of group together, like the background section, right? I'll put a div here like this. Indent, don't forget to indent, because we're putting all the tags inside my div tag, so don't forget to indent here. And then let's close that div tag. And then here we go. We got another nice div tag around just the background. Again, visually, nothing changed. It's the same, but now I have a clear, like, okay, this is my like section up here. This is like my background section here. And then here's another good place to put div is around my facts section. Let's put like my facts section, indent everything here. And like, there we go. Right. So again, divs, we're not doing much with it, but it's giving us some kind of structure, giving us some organization around our code. My background section, fact section is kind of like my header section. Maybe we should add like a footer as well, right? So I'm going to add a div tag at the bottom here. Just add a little like my footer area, like website, you know, created by Nyan or something like that. And maybe put a little emoji. By the way, we can add emojis on websites on our HTML because emojis are essentially they're all part of the character set. Let's look for woman technologist. Okay, there we go. I kind of like this one there. Let's copy that and then let's pour that in here. There you go. Let's paste that in. Kind of fun. Maybe I should get like a p tag here though. All right, cool. That can be like my footer area as well. Alrighty, so I hope you kind of get the general idea here. Although visually, again, nothing's happening, but these div tags are giving us a nice little structure. It kind of tells us, it groups things together. This is the background. And later, right now, it doesn't seem that helpful, but later, trust me, when you have a lot, like you could look at, you know, like LA Times, if you had like a lot of things in the page and you want to only edit maybe the background section or you want to add the facts section, it's a little bit easier to work on it when you have like a div around our elements here. However, even better, instead of just relying on div tags, because div tags, you know, it's kind of hard to really tell what, you know, there's like just very generic name, right? There's this idea of semantic tags here. Semantic tags, all they really are is HTML is all about, we have all these tags, but it's kind of pointless if the tags that we write don't mean much. Like, right, like a p tag, if the p tag was called like, well, I don't know, DJFDLKS, that doesn't help the developer know what that tag is supposed to do. Right? It's kind of like, it becomes useless. So the idea of like semantic tags is, let's use tags that make sense. They like semantically make sense. So instead of using div tags just for like these generic sections, that's what we did for a long time. There are these new semantic tags that were introduced with HTML5. So not too long ago, but not super, it's pretty standardized now. So instead of using div tags, we have a bunch of these tags. I'm going to just introduce you one at a time. They're very straightforward. We actually have a header tag. So the header can have a tag called header, and we put this header tag around my H1. And then I have like a background section. What could that be? And then I have like facts. There's no like background section, but there is a tag called section. Literally just section. So this is kind of like my background section tag. That's kind of nice. Section there. My facts can be like another section tag. There we go. And then like my footer at the bottom, we could use, instead of like a div tag, there's actually a footer tag. And just by doing that, again, visually on the page, nothing changed, but just reading our code, we can see, oh, this is my header section. Great. This is this is one section, a generic section. This is another section. This is my footer, so on and so forth. Now, there's also these tags called, another semantic tag called main, main is kind of like the main section of your page. Very generic one here. So we have your header at the top, and then the main is like the main area of your site, commonly used here. So we can throw all of this. Actually, I'm gonna select everything, all the body, like the main area, press tab, and put it all in the main as well. So this is like a thing that some people do as well. Now I gotta say, there's people that do slightly different ways or slightly different methods, but this is just showing you one common way of kind of structuring your site with these semantic tags. There's a lot more other semantic tags out there. Let me kind of run through some of these real quick. This is like a typical, website layout. We have like the header tag that we talked about. We have the nav tag is right. We haven't talked about creating nav menus yet, but there is a nav tag for your menu, which is, most, if not all websites have some kind of nav. There's like the main one, the main tag we've talked about. We've talked about a sidebar or a side. Usually have like if you have like a sidebar related articles or something like that, it's usually using like an aside tag. And then there's like a footer tag. So these are some of the most common tags out there. So that's it for this lesson. Try it out. Try adding your own semantic tags in your website to make your website a little bit more organized. This looks just a lot more readable. So much better, right? All right then. See you next time.